Kazani Dimelang Lisedi. Hello everyone and welcome to the one-on-one sessions with Gogo Musore, and I'm your host Gogo Am, giving you guys tips, lessons and teachings on everything spirituality. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about why the ancestors are not bringing you your soulmate. Okay, I decided this because a lot of people have been asking me this question. Like, a lot of people will be asking, why am I not finding the right person? Why are my relationships so doomed? And when we check the reasons, we always find that okay, is the ancestors doing? So the main question is, why would the ancestors do that, given the fact that they want you to be happy as a person? So this video is gonna be me explaining certain reasons why this may be the case, why you're not finding the person that you're gonna build your life with, and why your relationships are not moving forward because of your ancestors, God, and the universe. Okay, so the first point I noted down is that you are failing to heal from past traumas. Okay, so here's the thing. The past will always follow you. The past will always be a huge part of your life. Okay, and as a person, if you are unable to heal or rather let go of things that happened in your past, the traumas that have haunted you or rather hurt you in your past, then you will not be able to progress and find the person that you need to build your life with. Because one thing about the spirit is that spirits do not want you to go into a relationship, the right relationship, with baggage. You're gonna go, then you're going to actually affect that person, the next person, so much because of the baggage that you had because of your past trauma or past experience in your life. So learn to heal from your past in order to actually find the right person and move forward in your life. Okay. Number 2, you fail to learn from your past mistake. Okay, so in life, there are relationships that come, or rather karmic relationships that are brought into our lives to actually teach us, okay, to give us lessons that we need to learn from. But given the fact that we are very stubborn people, we are very stubborn beings, and as much as the lessons right in front of us and it's something that we could at least try to learn from, the one thing that we do is become very defensive and choose not to learn from those mistakes. So what will happen is that the ancestors, or rather the universe, or rather God, will continue to bring you the same kind of people over and over and over again, who teach you the exact same thing, who teach you the exact same lesson, who try to make you understand about different mistakes that you are making as a person. And if you as a person fail to learn from those mistakes, then you will constantly be moving in circles. Okay, so number 3, you are still on your you journey. Okay, so in life there are different chapters that we enter and leave. Okay, there's a chapter where you are going up, where you are learning certain things. There's a chapter where you have to get hurt, where you have to learn hard love. And then there's a chapter where you have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to grow. You have to learn who you are as a person, not who you have been taught to be. Okay, so the ancestors oftentimes, they tend to keep you from the person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, mainly because of the fact that you're still on that journey of finding yourself. Okay, and that doesn't mean that when you're in a marriage or when you're in a relationship, you don't get to find yourself even more. You do, but you get to find yourself with that person. Okay, you get to find who you are in that union, as the same ways that you get to find yourself as you find who you are as an individual. But the individual part of things is mainly important. The first stage of finding yourself as an individual is so important that you need to do it alone in most cases. And that is why the ancestors tend to make sure that you do not find your soulmate until you are done with the you process. So this is a process, or rather a part of your life where growth is very essential and very important. So as a person, if you do not allow yourself to grow, then obviously your ancestors will not give you the person that you're supposed to get, because you are not at the particular place spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally to be in for that union to actually work out the way that it's supposed to. Okay. Number 4, you are still harboring energy from your past lovers. Okay, so this has a lot to do with intimacy with people with negative energies and whatnot. And the thing about it is that as long as you have been with someone, as long as you have been intimate with a particular person, understand that that energy is something that you will live with for a very long time, until you cleanse yourself from that energy, until you claim your energy back. So what happens that you will be hovering around in so many different energies of multiple people, of different partners, past lovers and whatnot, that the energy that you have hovering around you tends to actually block you from moving forward and finding the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life. So it's very important for you to remove those energies. And for the ancestors, is that thing out until you actually remove those energies, they will not stop and say, okay, this is the path, or this is the person that we want you to be with. And those energies not only affect you ancestrally in terms of finding your lover, but it also does affect you in terms of progressing spiritually in your spiritual life and spiritual journey in general. Okay. Number 5, you have not finished or started your spiritual journey. Okay, so this is for people who have spiritual gifts. You'll find out, okay, not everybody, but most people, you find out you have a spiritual gift, and you are not started with your spiritual journey, or you are still on the verge of starting with your spiritual journey. Lucky people are those that actually find their soulmates before they start with their spiritual journey. But for others, you have to finish that spiritual journey, appease your ancestors fully for them to open doors for your relationship, for your love life to actually blossom. Okay, so you might find that for most people you're not finding the right person because you still have a lot of depth spiritually. You still have a lot of spiritual things that you need to do, and those are things you cannot do with a partner. Or rather, you have those ancestors who feel like if you have a partner, if you receive a partner or get a partner, the partner that they want to give to you, you will be blinded, or you'll see the journey blurry, and you will not be able to appease the ancestors the right way. Okay, but for other people, is that thing as the ancestors may allow you to get married, to build a life, to have a family before they call you into your spiritual journey. Those are the lucky people. But with our generation, given the fact that a lot of people are initiating at a very young age, we are being called into bungaka at a very, very young age. Okay, so with most of us who are called into this at a young age, you will not be able to receive, or rather meet, the right person up until you're done with your spiritual journey. And the thing, a spiritual journey doesn't really end, but there's a point in a spiritual journey where you have grown enough and your ancestors feel like, okay, now it's time for this person to actually start building their own beautiful life. Okay. Number 6, you are still stuck on a karmic relationship phase. Okay, so karmic relationships are very intriguing. Okay, karmic relationships are relationships that are there to help teach you certain things, to help get you to learn. And usually we have a karmic partner, someone that we may have been with in our past relationships and even in our past lives. And more in our past lives, this person was there to teach our souls certain things in that particular moment in time, but the lesson that they were supposed to teach, we didn't really give ourselves time to learn it. Okay, so this is where you'll find out you're still stuck in a karmic relationship. The same soul keeps coming to you, the same person keeps coming back, and you're not able to move on from this person. It's like you're magnetically drawn to each other, and the relationship always ends at a very, very awful note. But until you actually learn to understand what this relationship is about and get to receive the knowledge that you are supposed to receive in this karmic relationship, then you will constantly be stuck getting in that karmic relationship over and over again. This happens, let's say for example, there's a partner that you had maybe while growing up who put you for a very hard time, but you constantly keep going back to that person because you can't stop learning. And if it happens that you grow old and you die still in this cycle of karmic relationship, in your next life the very same soul will come back, the very same person's soul will come back in a different body, the same way that yours came back into this earth in a different body, and you'll experience the very same thing until you break the ties with that karmic relationship so you can actually meet your soulmate. So in a way, you are delaying yourself and also delaying your partner. Like the poor person's out there doing everything right, but when you're stuck with your old karmic relationship, and it's not fair. Okay, sorry. Okay, number 7, you have an evil ancestor blocking your life. Okay, so this is something that I'm gonna make a video about, evil ancestors. And you find okay, there are ancestors that bring you abundance, there are ancestors that bring you good things. Yes, those same ancestors that bring you abundance can also block you when you are doing things the wrong way. But at the same time, there are ancestors that are bad, and those ancestors, you find out it was a person who in their physical life they actually harmed people. Okay, So having lived their life harming people, that affects them in the spiritual realm. Moyilongo, remember that ancestors, they're like living people. They're like us who are living. The thing about them is that they've transcended from this physical world to the spiritual world. So those ones will be on the darker side of spirituality. These dark ancestors, if they can consume you, they can actually make you do bad things as a healer, or as a person in general. But if they don't consume you, they can at the end of the day block certain things for you, and relationships are one of those things that they do not. Okay, so make sure that you remove all negative ancestors if you want to progress in terms of finding your soulmate. Okay, so that is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Have a beautiful one. Nkulunkulu akukhetangane madlozi yakhuluma nawe.